That's 4 rounds. That's 2 pistols. That's SEN 1.
Yeah.
That's how evenly matched these teams are, that it comes down to who can hit these shots right here.
Nice fights very well. It might be a different story.
Wow.
A couple of sheriff shots already traded and kills found. Texture slips all the way back. But John QT is trying to do a bit of the same, not able to settle shots on the last kill as Genji manages to get the spike down, manages to get away. Now it's on Sentinels to attempt to retake this. Have a little bit of utility to play around. They have the drone, they have the Viper Wall, and they have a weakened Texture, a weakened Munchkin. John QT is not much better off. Do they have any lineups? Do they have anything like that? No spits, nothing to speak of. John's not able to stick around. The one Molly that they had, Saucy with 2 big ones. Munchkin left alone. Had the knife, drops down, spots 1. Saucy on the defuse, gonna get it to half. Pauses for the fight as Saucy gets 3 and the defuse. There is threat here. It's not all safe. Munchkin will fall.
I cannot use that.
But again, it's Texture who can bite back.
Oh, good damage done on the 10s and Saucy. Actually might find the timing here, just like he did on Pistol, but second, he's so ready for it.
And if he continues to be able to get the best of Texture throughout the entire map, that's a really good sign again, but if it's not Texture, it's Meteor. If it's not Meteor, it's Munchkin. It's gonna have to be Karon this time. Saucy looking for the target. Karon's gonna find him. Celsius is on this late flank. And as time continues to tick, you've got to have a decent understanding where he might be coming from. The one problem, though, is Karon is 10 HP. He's so weak, Trey.
But all he needs is 1 headshot. 1 dink of the Sheriff at the right range. Cannot be too far.
He's going to flip the map?
I mean, he's got so much time. Taking the scenic route.
There's not going to be anything to give this away.
Oh, at the perfect range as well, yeah. He got right out of dodge, but now I think Zelsis, he smells something as a muck.
Well, the problem is he could be freezing back A main right now. There's no way to know where he's headed.
Yeah, the spike will inevitably be planted.
And now, Zelsis will understand
Spike planted.
that Karon's out. He's planted towards B, and now the gunfight begins. All of these minor pieces, all of these minor movements end here. Karon taking a step back. As Zelsis continues to push forward. He has a turret, he has an alarm bot. But no real way to utilize either of those.
He's got so much to clear as well.
And I think part of the problem is Karon has no idea where Zelsis is coming from either. So it's a guessing game for both, the 50-50. Karon's on the swing, can't hit the shot to 10 HP.
Absolutely. Now Genji with clear gun advantage. Going into this round, it's another A default. A nice tag from Zekin. Gets a little too greedy, gets taken out by Lakia.
Yeah, swings into way too many. So that weapon will sit up in heaven.
Out of charges.
Genji with no real intentions of the rest of the map. They're all here towards A. Tench trying to get back and stay alive as Lakia is pushed so far already.
He's in a deep mix of things right now. Oh, Hunter's very invested.
But there are only Sheriffs left. I don't know that it's going to be enough.
There's a lot of players low right now.
Yeah, they are. You're right.
And it's light armor on John and Saucy.
Can they settle this? Genji are playing so far up here. Munchkin has a knife too.
Dark tags. Oh, can't connect.
Texture, 49 HP. As the wall goes down, John QT segmented off. Texture again found success from this very position. Saucy on the reposition. They've gotten it down to 1. Texture's weak. Can he find it? Down to a 1v1, 7 bullets left. Saucy with the Sheriff. He gets up top and Saucy drops him. The 3K is Sentinels win the bonus. What was that?
Another big round from him. I was wondering why he was investing the
light armor. But Sentinels did just show us it doesn't really matter the size of the gun in the fight. Second so far up, but he's been caught, he's been had, he's been found. A life donated here.
Very risky play from Zekin there with no real support. Johnny didn't have an angle.
No, he had no way to help him.
Yeah. And that's kind of uncharacteristic from Sentinels with the way they played the last map. They didn't really go for risks like that on the defensive side when they knew they had a clear advantage. So maybe a little bit too overconfident, a little too overeager, but a lot of info gathered from TenZ.
Yeah, that little pixel angle, calling the rotate back A. Celsius will have a lot on his hands. And that knife tagging means the utility's not going to be a part of the equation for a little bit. But in and out behind the wall, finding lethality and getting away.
Bomb grenade out.
Even numbers it is.
Yeah, they've still gotten out towards the site. Spike should be able to go down. I don't know if there's anything that Sentinels have to deny this. And now the lockdown early.
Yeah, this is going to create chaos for Celsius, but he's still going for it.
Seems like he's just going to try to get a parting gift. Even if he gets detained, he's got help. The problem is, what he doesn't have a ton of his time. Meteor's down. Crispy shot out from TenZ, and now the rest of the defense starting to creep their way forward. The flash over the wall. Gen.G giving so much respect and giving so much space here. Again, all of the post-plant utility gone. 2 Vandals in the hands of Gen.G. Lakia 1 away from having Thrash online. They're waiting for the swing, and there it is. Lakia down. Celsius will get it to half. Munchkin's by himself. Can he stop it? No. SEN City gets
making it even numbers after a great entry from Texture.
Thrash popped at the beginning of the round, clearing out a little bit of that B-long space. And then the knife, too, confirming where Zekin is. It's actually a really nice combo of utility.
Yeah, just no follow-up from the side of Gen.G, so Zekin can hold his ground, keep all this info.
Yeah, but I don't think they wanted that. I think they wanted to find where Zekin was and then hit the other side of the map. The problem is that may be part of Sentinel's plan. They've got so much more utility out towards A, but it's all been cleared. It's all been recalled back.
Oh.
Texture finding high ground, but not finding a kill. And so they've gotten out onto A. They should be able to get the spike down. I thought it might go over to Karam because he was one away from the pit, but it's Munchkin who sinks the spike into the soil of the site. Knife out. Understanding there is a little bit of presence. Celsius further up, but the rest of Sentinels not far off behind him. Again, these post plants that you mentioned, they've been so effective for Sentinels, but they're at a numbers disadvantage here. Can they convert again?
Oh my goodness.
That's such an aggressive lockdown. They've got to fight it. I don't think they can hold this back. JunQT has already gotten it to half. TenZ pushing forward. Just the threat. Just the distraction. Getting the kill too. Lakia and Karan left alone. And it's another.
Back sight together as a unit and be cohesive in the post plant.
Again, heavy presence towards A. Karan has his ult. Munchkin 2 away from his.
Another A hit. They understand that they've been getting the spike planted, like I said.
Yeah.
But this time, a change of pace, though. It's a flood. Oh my gosh, they're not ready for it, Doug.
TenZ ahead of the play. He really might be brain off, but it seems to be working. I mean, they just continue to crumble. It's just Texture and Munchkin left. You were just talking about how this has been successful for them. If you think about the equation for Gen.G, this part has been fine. They've been able to get into post-plant positions, but they lose the post-plants. This time, all of the resistance was met ahead of that.
It's not over yet, though. The wraparound from Texture, he's got 3 to the round.
He's going to have to win a B2, though. The ever-elusive Ace will have to deliver here if he wants to get Gen.G on the board. He's getting it down to 1, and there it is! This time a bit of a different look for as much as they've been slamming their heads into the wall of A. A little bit more noise B here. And look at this lineup from Zekin. Far up, inserted, with op in hand.
An adaptation made. He was opping B the last 3 rounds. This time he wants in the mix. He wants in the action. He wants to take out Texture, who just got that ace. But he's going to have to deal with a lot here, and it looks like Gen.G have a...
He's had a hot hand. Yeah. But he's going to get flashed off of this first line, holding the next, almost landing the shot. Sasi understanding Texture so far up already. As Zekin switches to the classic, tries to get away, and Texture hunts him down! 2 kills found! TenZ trying to punch back, grabs the op. Can he wield it the same way?
This one's just too hard, Doug. Surely, with the Viper's Pit invested, one player tries to save the operator, but they have a lot of time to work with. Maybe Spam can get you a pick.
And they've got money.
Oh, a little bit of a chip damage right there.
Make a play. Traded right back, though. TenZ falls off. Once again, hits the ground. Surely they just scoop that thing up and get away. Gen G will get their second, and again, it wasn't an ace, but it was Texture setting the pace.
He's so explosive in these moments.
And in a lot of ways, Dre, this feels really reminiscent to what we saw in Lotus. Was the score not 5-1 before things turned?
What a performance.
But the job's not finished.
Another AD fault.
But this time with a little bit of mid presence. We haven't seen them do this.
Yeah, but it will be matched by a turret.
Remember, they've been throwing the Smolly over the top two to clear it. I'm surprised they didn't try that here. It doesn't matter. Zelsis is dead.
Yeah, everyone was isolated. There's 3 members of Sentinels towards B. This is a perfect call from Gen G.
Yeah, you got to be careful here, though. These gunfights are hard to win. A little bit of damage was dealt, yes. But you still have some mid-presence in Meteor. Beautifully escapes. He tries to get away. John QT has to clear this. And there was no safe space. That's a gorgeous call from Gen G.
That was unreal. What a beautiful, beautiful set play. The walk through mid.
They have to save again.
Yeah. Momentum now the way of Gen G. At what point do Sentinels call their own timeout?
It's got to be soon.
Oh my goodness.
Spike will go off. Gen G will get to 3. And again, I think it's...
And they're just one step away.
It seems like they've crested the mountain. Or close to it. Almost at the summit. Look at the respect mid.
Yeah.
Look at Sasi's positioning. You're absolutely right, Dre.
Rent-free. Absolutely rent-free.
Zekin holding B-line with the op. Gen G a much slower approach to this round.
Yeah. And this is Munchkin's highlight of IGLing. His changes of pace. I mean, the pace in the first 5 rounds, it was A hit, A hit, A hit, A hit, A hit. Now a very, very slow approach. But there's 4 members of SEN here, and that Viper's Pit is invested as well. You kind of have to flip sight in this moment.
They're not committing to this.
Oh,
They are now.
Right here.
That's going to flush out the pit. Or at least attempt to. Meanwhile, that dart tagging a couple of people. A really good idea of what's waiting on the other side. 30 seconds left. The spike's still not down. They realize that, I mean, the vast majority of the defenses are here. If they decide that they're going to go up any bit further, it's going to be with a fight. Texture still alive. And still fragging. He's so far back. You're absolutely right. Locky is tucked. Just waiting on the other side of the pit, waiting for his moment to strike.
what is that?
John finds him. That was the trap the entire time. They still have this pit up. They're still going to have to find a way around it. Zels is falling. Zekin 2. Can John 1v3? I don't know if there's enough time for this anyway. The tap, the spam.
In the Viper's Pit, no one was there. And it's such a risky play, but you got to make those in times like this. And look, it's been A, so many rounds from Gen G. Now they throw a B hit in.
The dart from the defense already clearing out back A. They've got a lot of space too. The alarm bot's going to give the position away. They've got to understand that the timing window to hit B is now. Texture's already dashed back sight. Karon not far off.
Finished.
What?
And it traded 1-for-1. The fadeaway Molly finding value for Zelsis. But Locky is still there.
Yeah, and so much space gathered as well on this A site.
I mean, they were just so decisive on the hit. But Texture down, Lakia swinging backside, only finding one. But a valuable one at that. It's now a 2v2. Tens and Sasi. Sasi, who was heroic in these first couple of rounds, but has since gone quiet. Looking to deliver again against Munchkin and Meteor.
He's in such a good spot right now. He might get double swung, though.
There's no way anybody clears this, not in a position like that. Beautiful positioning for Meteor. Sasi tapping, down to 1, 6 bullets left. Munchkin's Molly's gonna buy some time, and that might be all he needs. As the clock continues to tick away, the spike continues to go off. It will expire as Gen G is tied us up.
But it makes a lot of sense, this approach from Gen G.
Sentinels have bought into this again. Light armor and 5 rifles. The Thrash clears so much space.
They're able to pick that one up as well.
Yeah, but the defense is starting to attempt to bolster this site. No targets found. The spit out first. Texture being down is a big one. Saucy also striking. And they've thrown Gen G into disarray. The 3 remaining members have to take a step back towards long. 10's on the swing. And it's a threat. It's a tap. It's a bait. They've got to do something to try to dissuade and try to distract some of what Sentinels are trying to do here. But they've been pushed so far back. Gen G cannot find an opening. They cannot find a way in. Sentinels punch back.
Online for them. Lockdown, Hunter's Fury.
To close out the first half of Icebox, Texture popped his blades.
And right now, Gen G, all signs leading towards another B default. But SEN aren't buying it. They hear that jet smoke. Second, he's been kind of quiet since last map.
Yeah. They just set Munchkin up to go get the Orb B to have his ult online for this round.
Take flight.
Ults don't matter when you have the KO ultimate available to you.
Sentinels should know that. That might be a free kill. It's just so tough to land that on the Jets. But he finds Lakia. There's still a lot of threat from the attack here, though. They're not out of the woodworks yet. Oh, Meteor swinging into his death. I thought he had the timing on him, but he did not. Munchkin cannot do it on his own.
Round win in this series. It might be just what takes them over the edge. And what an entry from Texture.
What a beautiful setup. The flash, the dart, everything was there, and Zelsis is dead.
He's going for more, Doug.
Sentinels deciding that they still want to try to hit this site with Zekin up close. Munchkin getting the best of 10s, but Texture only finding another. They're weak, though. 22 HP on Zekin. Meteor and Karan still remain for Gen G. There's a lot of time left in this round. They can slow things down. They can quietly instill all, well, that wasn't quiet, instill all the doubt into the minds of Gen G.
And look at how the approach is so similar from both sides. Just group up, play together, push together.
Not even really interested in the orb. They want to find the timing. They want to capitalize on it.
Revealing area.
Attempting to clear out any utility that might have been there, and there is none because Meteor went for Sheriff. No armor.
And that dart will be seen on the mini-map from the side of Gen G, so now they have a good idea. They're able to get a little bit more ahead. And remember, second sitting low.
Yeah, Saucy's got to be careful here. He's the healthy one. He finds his one. But can the rookie deliver for Gen G? Oh, he spotted the cape, betraying him twice.
I think he saw him. I think Saucy also saw him. Second turned instantly around.
Karen's having to accelerate here in a 1v2. Again, both targets weak. A stiff breeze will drop him, but that's now 4
Insane.
to go from winning 1 pistol to winning all 4. I mean, what a drastic change. Second's gonna get gooped, Texture's gonna get aggressive, but it's a Guardian shoved down his throat. The gun difference here for Sentinel, so nice. There's really no way for Gen G to put up a resistance. They don't have the weaponry. They don't have the health. They don't have the personnel.
Spike planted.
Karen's gonna get his one, but again,
Bye for Gen G.
Pacey take across the middle of the map. Every single member with crosshairs trained there too. Look at that, a 1-for-1. Zelsis takes a step back. You see the pings on the minimap. He's spotted here. This is a dangerous fight.
4 members taking a fight against Zelsis. That's full information relayed.
Texture's so weak. But he somehow stays alive and somehow cleans up 10s before he even hits the ground.
Standing ahead.
But of course, it's Saucy. Who else? He's been so steady. He's been so stalwart. He's been so successful here. And on the international stage again, trying to drag Sentinels across the finish line. Meteor's left in a 1v2, and Saucy gets another. Another bonus converted. Gen G, remember, they found success in this exact same play, but this time cautious now. 56 HP. He's got a rifle. One of only 2 that are standing up is Lakia. Gets aggressive, finds his one. They're dealing a lot of damage here, but as soon as there's a window for Gen G, Sentinels slam it.
planted.
How in the world does Meteor do this? Can he be a spark? Can he be magic? Both targets found.
Aimers in the world.
Different look early on. Sentinels again with a lean towards A. Texture has an op this time, and that's exactly where they're headed. That tag is going to get two. Munchkin gets his one, though. Lakia trying to stay alive, has to take a step back as John looks to settle the shots, and it's Meteor who wins it out. Can Texture claw them back into this? It's Zelsis left alone, a 1v3. Lakia's weak, yes, but so is Zelsis. And he's outnumbered here. Meteor gets the three as in that round it was Meteor. Texture still has the op.
Deploying drone.
And a different look from Sentinels. It's been all A, all day. Drone will get a tag. Saucy is truly in a flow state right now. He pre-fired that. They didn't even see him.
There's a lot of the defense here, including Texture and his op.
Yeah, Texture wants blood. He's hunting for it, but it looks like SEN have something cooked up. A little pop flash play, perhaps.
Will he find a target? He's taken the line. Nothing found
gosh.
yet.
Look at this from SEN.
This freeze is crazy, but the problem is they're on the clock. You can't stay in this state forever.
Look at the mini-map. Just biding their time. It's a free B site right now.
Second with a massive shot. The op is down. Lakia and Munchkin with two ults. Rotating back B, and there it is, the first popped. Saucy managing to get the spike down though as Tens. Back sight, plucking one down, trying to turn the flash, succeeds, but dies. Now numbers still the way of Sentinels. With the spike down, John QT looks to get away. A couple of parting shots, his threats as Lakia falls. Munchkin on his own, a 1v3. He's gotten it down to one. A 1v1, can Munchkin deliver? Perhaps the biggest 1v1 of his career. The tap, there, the swing, but Zelsis walks out. Lotus, they got to the 1 yard line, and then Gen G put together a ferocious comeback, but it wasn't enough. Can they do it again? And can they close out the map here?
Sentinels are wise to something.
Yeah, the Dizzy going up, they know.
And you can't recover that either, Doug.
Exactly, that's not a Dizzy. They're gonna be able to scoop back up.
Sentinels understood that they're at match point right now. It's elimination for Gen G. Players get desperate at a time like this. They want to force things, make things happen. That's why you see a red wall across the board. Nobody has really pushed past the barrier.
That desperation can be a fine line, though.
I mean, look at the mini-map. From the start of the game, it was 3 players towards A, a shift towards mid now. There was a dagger used.
Texture's going to be called upon to deliver. The hour has struck. Can he arrive? No! Saucy overwhelms him. With the rest of Sentinels behind him, they push forward, looking to take A. Can Karen hold the line? The flash in his face. He will crumble too. Now just one rifle up for Gen G. Hopes and dreams of a year. Potentially falling short right now. Yes, they raised the trophy in Shanghai. But it would have been so much sweeter to do so in front of a home crowd. But now, Lakia and Munchkin doing their best to keep this thing up, to keep it competitive. They're gonna have to navigate the pit. Every single member crumbling. Tonight, Seoul burns red. Sentinels survive.
It feels like SEN always take the hard route, Doug. And this one was really, really tough. What a fight from Gen G. But it was SEN besting Gen G on the maps that they bested them in the final the last time around. Closing it out on Icebox.
Heartbreak for Gen G. The weight of the year with expectations, the hopes, the aspirations coming up short. And so Gen G bow for the last time in 2024. Bested by Sentinels. Again, the only two teams that have tasted international glory this year. But it's Sentinels who come out on top. Nothing but love between the two players, between the two squads, as you can see on your screens.
A lot of respect.
Oh, a ton. From the coaching staff to the players, from top to bottom. Well, you can always count on Zelsis Tad. Let me give you a moment. What a performance, man.
It was ridiculous. We said it in the last match against FPX. Once this team gets momentum, they're full steam forward, full train ahead. They're an unbelievably rehearsed squad.
Well, and the thing is, I think for Sentinels, as you think about stage 2 and you think about playoffs, for most of stage 2, we thought, okay, Sentinels are peaking at the right time.
Yeah.
They're going to head into champs, and they're going to head into champs strong, confident. They have a chance to make a run, but they hit a couple of stumbling blocks along the way, and we thought, okay, what team is showing